Hey guys, so yeah, my name's Ngodoo. I'm in my final year, so most of my time is spent working on my master's thesis, but my background is actually in biology, so that's what my first degree is in. So because of that, I had to participate in certificate year. So even though I had absolutely no experience in design throughout the program, I've been able to pick up on all the main skills that industrial design has to offer. So research, 3D modeling, sketching, all of those things I've learned throughout my time here. And I can share a couple of projects that show how far you can go in this program. Um, so here is here's the beginning, a studio project that I worked on. Um, and it was a solo project, and I had about a couple, like maybe 6 weeks to work on it. So it's an app for caregivers with the purpose of simplifying caregiving. So I was able to do research, user research, reach out to people, get feedback, and from that, I created these personas that was really helpful in guiding my design for the app. I did a lot of ideating. I went back and forth between a physical product or a digital product, or maybe both. I did a competitor analysis, and all of that led to me coming up with what the main purpose of the app would be. So, how might we create a one stop app for caregivers offering 24/7 trusted professional assistance, personalized care teams, and a dedicated care team to elevate their caregiving experience? So something that I learned throughout the program is the importance of storyboarding to communicate what the app does. So I went ahead and created a storyboard on what life is like before Healify and how with the app, caregiving can become a lot simpler for people who have loved ones that they're caring for. I did the wireframes. I made a branding guideline, and then here's the actual app. I won't spend too much time on it, but it just goes to show that you really do pick up on a lot of skills in the program. So I was able to make an entire app that I was able to flesh out from start to finish. So starting with onboarding, the actual app, registering users, and creating like a community aspect of the app, preparing for possible scenarios and how people would use the app, and then also making the app part of a system as opposed to just the app itself. So how can it connect with other devices? How can people connect with healthcare professionals, and just thinking of all the possible ways that users might use the app. And I was able to do that with the help of my professor and just being able to brainstorm with my professor and also my classmates. And so that was one example of the type of work that I've gotten to do in the program. And here's another example that I just did last semester. So this is actually the poster I used for Launchpad, which is our end of the year showcase, but this is a completely different type of project, which is why I wanted to show you. So I took a class called Soft Goods, and one of the things that our professor really honed in on was making a product that would serve people who are oftentimes forgotten about in society. So I think Georgia Tech is really good at just making you think bigger and not just designing for what you would expect to design for, designing for things that are more so outside of the box. So here is a bag that I created with street vendors in mind. So basically, people who sell like fruit and food on the streets and stuff, a group that people don't really think a lot about. So I created a modular bag that kind of comes apart and makes it easy for street vendors to store their goods and to, carry what they need. So if you look over here where it says "Designed for the Hustle," you can take the bag apart and then just use it as needed. So you can use whatever compartment is needed at the moment. And this was really cool because I've never sewn before. And so I really learned a lot in this class from ideating and sketching, making the prototype, and then making the final bag that is a physical thing that's actually useful. And if you look in the right corner, you can see how like the process of like researching, ideating, researching again, getting feedback, and so forth. So you really do get to deeply embed in the design process in a lot of projects you do at Georgia Tech, and you really do get to make something that is really useful and worthwhile. So, yeah, those are the two main projects I wanted to share, and I'll stop sharing. And Jenny can go.
Thank you very much, Nagato. That was awesome. So great to see your work and everything. And I may come and ask you. I'm teaching an interface prototyping class, and maybe that your app can be used as we can make it interactive in that
Oh, yeah,
class.
cool. Yeah.
So, yeah.